Hello, this is Sarah with the Alertus training team, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to configure a preset alert in the Alertus console. So you'll notice over here, I already have a preset alert configured for a fire in building 1. So for this video, I'm going to walk you through the process of creating a new preset alert, this time for a fire in building 2. So in order to configure a new preset alert, you will need to be an administrator or have access to the configure system settings. And before we go in and actually create that preset alert, I'm going to walk you through some of the additional spots that we will need to have set up before we go in and put it all together to make that preset. So first, I want to look at the alert devices tab here. So this table lists all of the defined alert devices in your system, and it will tell you here if they are online, inactive, or offline. And this is also where you can edit devices if you need to assign them to a group, for example, or if you want to look at any of these advanced settings, like assigning a location, that is all done here. You can also, if we go back to alert devices, you can also delete them from this page. And this is also where you will add an alert beacon. So after we look at alert devices, I want to go into alert services. So alert services are essentially the types of devices that you are activating with an alert and how they will respond. So you'll notice that we have multiple alert services set up for Alertus Desktop because they all have different settings. So here's the default. I also have one configured that's green. One is red with text-to-speech. One is red without text-to-speech. And all of these can be customized if you go into the edit option here. You can also create new alert services from this page as well. And once you have your alert services, you can group them together into alert profiles. So these are just groups of alert services put together for your convenience, so you don't have to select them all individually. For example, this is the emergency alert profile that is always used for rapid activations. And after that, I also want to look at groups down here. So these are defined groups of devices. You'll notice I have a group configured here for building 1. I also have a group already set up for building 2. You would add a group by clicking add group here, and you can also edit a group by clicking this edit icon. So you can give it a name and a description, and this is where you can check which devices are in the group. You can very easily move them in and then remove them by using these arrows. You can also assign contacts to the group and look at advanced settings. This is where you would set up your Active Directory or LDAP mapping, or turn on mobile configuration and allow mobile users to join. I can also see the mobile users in this group here. That is myself in this group. So after groups, I also want to look at message templates. So you can add, edit, or delete message templates here, and those are the templates we can pull from when we go to send an activation. So if you wanted to edit, you would just click the edit icon so that you can make any changes. You can also clone message templates if you want to make an exact copy that you can edit from there, and then you can also delete them here as well. But to add a new message template, it's really helpful if you want to use the message template builder. This is a way that you can generate customized messages in bulk. So you could pick either a long message or a short message. You could also add things like your organization's ID to the message. You could include a date and time of hazard or a protective action if you wish as well. And you can include additional information like a phone or website that people can contact when they see the alert. And you also have all of these categories here. You can choose what you want to select. And then you can come down here and decide which message templates you want to save. So let's say we want to save a bomb threat and a cybersecurity breach and an intruder shelter in place. Just check what I want to save. Then I would hit continue and submit. So they would be generated and saved on the console. So those are all of the puzzle pieces for building a preset alert. Now that we've talked about all of those, I want to go into this preset alerts page so that we can actually configure our alert for a fire in building 2. So before we look at our preset alerts, I'm going to scroll down here to show you the preset types. So these are ways that you can customize the appearance of preset alerts, either in the Alertus console or on the mobile activator app. So you'll notice I have a preset type here for a fire alert. If I go into edit, I can see I've selected red and the fire icon. So you can really customize what this icon looks like so that you can really easily distinguish your presets from each other. So before we create our fire building 2, I want to look at our fire in building 1. So if you want to edit a preset or take a look at it, you can click the edit icon. This will show us here. We have our name, our preset type. We've got our message text with our duration and priority set. We've picked our alert services and chose our recipients, which is our building 1 group. So I could, if I wanted, easily create a clone or a copy of this alert for fire building 1 and just change the group to building 2. But because I want to show you how to do it all from scratch, I'm just going to come up here and click add preset alert so that we can build it out together. So it is a best practice to use the same naming conventions for all of your alerts. So I'm going to do that here. So I'm going to call this one Asylum Fire Building 2. So it matches my alert for building 1. Next, I'm going to pick that preset type. I'll select my fire icon. And for my message text, I'm going to look at my message templates and I'm going to pick my fire evacuation order. And I'm going to edit it further to say due to a fire in building 2. You'll also notice I already have a variable inserted into this template. So this will automatically update with the date and time when we send this alert. But I'm also going to include a text prompt to show you what that looks like. So any user that sends this preset activation will have to fill out the text prompt before it can be sent. So I'm going to say type your name here so that whoever sends this message will have to add their name, that they are the ones that sent it. And then for our duration, let's say we want it to be active for 15 minutes so everyone has time to evacuate. And for our priority, it ranges from first being the highest down to 5th being the lowest. And since a fire evacuation is an emergency, it is a best practice to pick a high priority. If it was, say, something like a systems test that was less urgent, you could pick a lower priority. But for emergencies, you always want to pick the highest so that it will automatically override any lower priority alerts in the system. And now for our alert services, we can either choose to pull in an alert profile or select them individually. So let's say for this alert, I want to target my alert beacons, my desktops, my text-to-speech, and my mobile. I've added those, and now we get to pick our recipients. I could select all or select a specific device, but for this alert, we want to target everyone in building 2. So I'm going to select that building 2 group. And once everything looks good, you can select add to add your new preset alert. So here it is for our fire in building 2. I'm going to go ahead and star it so that I can add it to my quick access. And then to activate it, we'll come back here to preset activation, select our alert for a fire in building 2. And you'll notice it populates with the text, but we do have to complete that text prompt before we can send it. So I'm going to type my name here. You can preview what it will look like on your desktops. then hit continue, confirm that everything looks good, and then you'll just hit send. So here is our pop-up alert about our evacuation order due to a fire in building 2. You can see our text prompt has been filled out here, so I have my name included. I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge this alert to close it from the desktop, but it is still active in the system until I come here to this active alerts window and hit cancel. So this will fully cancel the alert so that it is no longer active. But that is how you configure a new preset activation. And for emergency management purposes, it is a best practice to already pre-plan what scenarios you will need to alert people of in your organization so that you can go ahead and create preset activations for those purposes. So if that emergency scenario arrives, you're ready and you're able to very quickly send out an alert to the correct people. So hopefully this was helpful, and thank you for watching.